who am I? You know, who am I to the people? You know, I have a kid now, like I said before. Honestly, it's just that fatherhood time. You know, I haven't yet spent much more time with my son as I would want to. And he'll understand that as he gets older. If I can see, like, how can I change and how can I give my son more knowledge rather than luxury things, then I'm gonna do that. My father, though, is the one that really, he knows me best. He's seen me at my worst, he's seen me at my best, you know, and he's gonna be the one that definitely is gonna tell me the things that I really need to focus on how can I beat this guy. I trust him with my life. And I just want everyone to see that, you know, my father didn't become trainer of the year just by luck. You know, in 2020, you know, we beat the most decorated fighter pound for pound during that time, Vasily Lomachenko. That was from him. You know, he told me how the game plan had to go.
And he'll push him and he'll freaking just try dogging him. But he's trained for that. He's trained to keep on doing that every round. So when he spars,
trying to make everybody tired.
So when he spars, I tell him, okay, you could box.
Yeah.
You could box, but what's gonna happen when you can't box no more? You get tired of it and you feel that guy's weight.
Yeah.
Touch your body, go on top, and then you go on top.
Good. Concentrate.
You're doing things I can almost never do.
Before the first punch is ever thrown, before the crowd screams, before the bell even thinks about ringing, this fight has already started. Not in the ring, not under the lights, it started in the quiet, where habits are exposed, where belief gets tested, and where two fighters prepare to walk toward the same night from completely different directions. Two men, two rhythms, one collision waiting to happen.
A lot of the times, you know, I didn't want to go into the gym. I didn't, you know, especially when I had to swim. You know, that was painful. But it was the training, the work ethics that you have to put in between the miles of running and the depths of how you have to sacrifice your whole body in this. You know, a lot of people don't understand, even to this day, how much we have to really do, how much we beat up our body.
So when he comes here, you go to the body. When he comes here, go to the body. Esa!
Ahí.
Oh, beautiful.
He can't touch it, champ. He can't touch it.
Teofimo Lopez has always lived in that uncomfortable space where confidence borders on defiance. He's never needed calm to perform. If anything, chaos has always been the switch that brings out his best. That's why his preparation for Shakur Stevenson is so fascinating.
You know who that is, right?
My father put me in with the top guys, professional fighters at like 12, 13 years old. You know, and that was something that I really enjoyed the most because it was hard. I would cry, I would run away, I didn't like it. I would tell him like, you know, this is not for me, I want to quit. And he would just, nope, no, you could do this. My father would flip it around sometimes and say, okay, you want to quit, we'll quit. And literally I would stop for maybe a day or two and bug him, be like, hey, I want to go back in the gym. So I believe we had this connection, obviously, since birth.
This time, the noise hasn't changed him. It's focused him. Behind the scenes, Teofimo's camp has been about tightening the parts of his game that don't rely on adrenaline, controlling distance, staying disciplined, and bringing structure to moments where he used to freestyle.
Camp, you gotta be serious and stuff. Yeah, that's to get focused on the fight, but gotta make it a fun camp. So, right now, I'm gonna blow my dad's ear.
13,000 years ago, it was a dominant paradigm in the study of ancient America. But it was wrong.
Cover me.
The old notion has been completely overturned. Fossilized human footprints have been found in the New Mexican desert.
I don't feel good, bro. Why you do that to me, bro? And you film that shit too, man? You better erase that shit.
This camp isn't about power, it's about patience. Against someone like Shakur, you don't get unlimited chances. You can feel the accountability in this preparation. Less talking to the crowd, more talking to himself. The real question is simple. Can Teofimo stay sharp when the fight slows down?
It's important to take breaks in between camps, or even in camp. We're so focused at what's at task that we end up forgetting to have fun. We have a long week of training. Let's reward ourselves for that week.
We've seen moments of laughter, frustration, joking, tension, even chaos in camp. That's Teofimo, emotional, intense, human, but underneath it, something is changing. This isn't distraction, it's pressure being refined.
Today we're doing sparring breakfast. So we're gonna do a little mixed potato hash with some chicken, sausage, and some protein pancakes, and some ancient grain sourdough. Ready.
Too mean, too slow. Too slow. Get out the way. It's all that matters. It's all that matters. If I'm Zach, I'm gonna keep walking to you and over there. He gotta catch me. It's only 3 runs.
Yeah, get ready. We need to be pushed today. Bring the smoke, baby.
That dude ain't going into it. Looking right for
Yep, that's the body. Yep, that's that body. July 12th, demolishment. We're gonna demolish it. Guy's way too slow. Shakur's too sharp, too fast, too strong.
Teofimo knows Shakur feeds off frustration. So now the work is about pressing without rushing. This isn't a fighter chasing moments. This is a fighter trying to control them, and that version is dangerous.
There we go. Left 15, all the way down.
Tweaking today.
Yeah, that's that prep. That's what you already been doing?
Yeah.
They got it.
That's good.
That's good.
I feel great. Sprints kind of be getting me right, get my conditioning right. Sometimes in a fight could turn into a sprint.
On the other side stands Shakur Stevenson, a fighter who has never needed chaos to find himself. Discipline is his natural environment.
Big fight coming up. I heard you was the one that wanted to fight, right?
Yeah. I actually set this fight up. And I honestly did it because I wanted to push myself. I know that Teo is a tremendous fighter. I know he's on an extremely high level. And I feel like, I know that I can beat him, but I know that this should be a tough test, so I'm ready.
Who were some of the other options you had?
Lamar Roach.
That would have been a real good fight, man. But I mean, Teo, he's a bigger name though, so I see why you went with him.
Yeah, bigger name, and also he got the more accolades. He's been undisputed before. He's won belts at 35, won belts at 30, at 40. So he's more accomplished. So I know that would be a better name on my resume.
Shakur's camp has been quiet, clinical, built on repetition and clarity, no reinvention, just refinement, distance, balance, timing, and mental calm.
Well, you know, I think at certain points in your career, right, you have to realize that you don't know everything, right? And sometimes you have those, like the likes of Roy Jones Jr., who was arguably the best fighter in the 90s, even the early 2000s. And for him to want to, you know, help me in some sense, maybe there's something that I'm not possibly there yet with that he could possibly add to my arsenal, and I would love to see more. I would love to learn more. That's like some type of mentorship.
Shakur trains for problems, not surprises. He doesn't chase reactions, he doesn't rush rounds. He wins in the quiet seconds between punches, where positioning beats power and patience beats impulse.
What's it like seeing him now kind of face to face? When you look at him, what do you see? Because obviously you're not locked in just yet, and the closer it gets to a fight, obviously things turn a little bit. But when you do look at Shakur, what do you think of him?
I think, I don't think too much of it. You know, I think that he believes in himself. That's one thing. But I'm here to destroy his dreams and all that he wants to do and become. You can't take this from me. I worked very hard for it. I've bled for this, you know, and I'm not taking nothing from him, but I just believe that what's gonna happen next is for destiny in the boxing ring to decide.
Listening to Teofimo speak, you don't hear marketing, you hear identity. When he says Shakur can't take what he bled for, that's not promo, that's ownership. Studying Roy Jones, Henry Armstrong, timing, feints, this camp is about layers, not ego.
I think you're going to need a couple of rounds, but the first round is going to be very interesting. Maybe you see some tails, but I think maybe 2 or 3 you're going to start seeing one leave the other. Because I don't think that, well, maybe, I mean, Shakur might show some different, if he has to go after Teofimo, he might show some different type of heart that we haven't seen or different type of fighting we haven't seen. And vice versa, you know, whereas Teofimo's hitting him with different shots off the angle that is kind of giving, you know, Shakur Stevenson trouble. We'll see about that.
Teofimo isn't trying to out-talk Shakur. He's trying to out-believe him. He doesn't run from narratives. He challenges them. And that's why he sounds locked in, not scattered.
I think people overlook of Teofimo is he can box when he wants to. Like, he's shown he has a slick style too when he wants to do that.
When he wants to do that. So if you have a slick style and you got power and you got the speed too, and you're fighting at 140, so let's see, I don't know if Shakur Stevenson is going to get slower moving up in weight or not, where Teofimo can hit him. Maybe he was really fast at 130, 26-30, maybe 35, but 40, you put on a little bit more weight. I think that he holds the weight probably really, really good, but you just don't know.
When Shane Mosley calls this a true 50-50 fight, that isn't fence-sitting. That's respect. The real question is simple. Who imposes their will first?
That Teofimo's delusional, Shakur has that same delusion. It's what propels both of them to the highest degree. Now, here was them facing off a couple of months ago, I think, at this point. And this is what I was talking about. Shakur is, in stature, the bigger guy, which is crazy because he fights at the lower weight. He is a bit more skinny, obviously, but now he's coming up to 140, and it feels like Teofimo Lopez can't go much bigger than 140. Like, I've heard him talk about going to 147. That would be the highest I would think Teo should go, but here's their face-off.
More quick, Izzy, you should be in the middle. I know, I'm the...
Yeah.
There you go.
Like, these dudes don't hate each other, and you don't necessarily have to. There are certain fights where that level of venom is needed, and it's...
The first rounds will be reconnaissance. By round 3, someone's fingerprints will be all over this fight. Either Shakur quietly separates, or Teofimo disrupts everything.
Realistically go between Shakur and Teo because they're both very technical. Both guys understand the sweet science and fight very smart. No one takes a ton of risks. Teo does have a bit more pop in his shots and can put you down, but if you take the risk of making a massive mistake versus a guy like Shakur, then Shakur will outbox you, outclass you, and take you into deep water. So we'll see. Stylistically, we'll see how this thing goes because I don't see a super over-aggressive Teofimo Lopez. I don't see that. I don't see Shakur getting too out of pocket with him either, but we will have, I think, a very, very high-skill, high-level boxing match.
I'll be honest. I'm going to be real honest. He was a lot better young.
This isn't hype. This is necessity. Two elite fighters in their prime. No marination, no excuses.
And Shakur is phenomenal. I mean, he's just phenomenal. Excellent boxer. Cat-like reflexes. Sharpshooter. Knows what he's doing in there. Great ring generalship. Know when to use his jab. I mean, Shakur is... He's so good that it might be to a default. And I'm going to tell you why I say that. You got somebody like Roy Jones, who was so good that he ain't fighting nobody. These guys are number ones. And it's just that he's so good, he make these guys look like nobody. So they say, oh, well, he ain't fought nobody. How come he just can't be that good?
This is high-level problem solving. Shakur wins by making you miss. Teofimo wins by turning small mistakes into big moments. Both have something to prove. Lonnie B doesn't speak in theory. He speaks in gym reality. Teofimo's explosiveness is terrifying. Shakur's cleanliness is unfair.
Because Teo, he's one of those guys, once he touch some skin, that get him going, get him warmed up. Like, okay, he gets more brave. Like, okay, the wheels start going. Oh, I can do this. I can do that. I can do this. I can do that. And you can see him putting the
when he's in the zone, it's almost impossible to stop it because he's tapping his back of his heel and he's setting up different traps and his confidence. It's like the key factor of his fight, right?
There we go.
If his confidence is here, you can almost kiss the fight goodbye. So Shakur has to rip his confidence from the second the fight starts and keep it that way because if not...
There we go. He got to keep that gas tank on.
This isn't chaos versus control. This is jazz versus jazz. Two masters improvising in different languages. This fight isn't safe. It isn't predictable. It's a collision of philosophies. Does disruption crack discipline, or does discipline drain disruption? The ring will answer.